This is Paul. Yes. In the Bible, in Acts chapter 9, there was an individual named Saul. Yes. And he was breathing out threatenings and slaughter against the disciples of the Lord. Yes. Went unto the high priest and desired of him letters to Damascus to the synagogues. Yes. To the synagogues. That if he found any of this way, whether they were men or women, he might bring them bound unto Jerusalem. And as he journeyed, he came near Damascus, and suddenly there shined round about him a light from heaven. He fell to the earth, and heard a voice saying unto him, Saul, Saul, why persecutest thou me? And he said, Who art thou, Lord? And the Lord said, I am Jesus, whom thou persecutest. It is hard for thee to kick against the pricks. Yes. And he, trembling and astonished, said, Lord, what wilt thou have me to do? The Lord said unto him, Arise, go into the city, and it shall be told thee what thou must do. And the men which journeyed with him stood speechless, hearing a voice, but seeing no man. Saul arose from the earth, and when his eyes were opened, he saw no man, but they led him by the hand and brought him into Damascus. And he was 3 days without sight, and neither did eat nor drink. And there was a certain disciple in Damascus named Ananias. And to him said the Lord in a vision, Ananias. And he said, Behold, I am here, Lord. And the Lord said unto him, Arise and go into the street which is called Straight. Oops, I can't see it. Maybe which is called Straight. Yes. There was a street that had an actual name called Straight. And inquire in the house of Judas for one called Saul of Tarsus. Yes, yes, yes. For behold, he prayeth. Yes. Now, Jesus, yes, said there was a street called Straight. Yes. And there was an individual in the house of Judas, for one called Saul of Tarsus, and behold, he prayeth. Yes. Now we've been having some of these divine appointments, right? Where the families crossing each other. Yes. It's kind of like the individual in the Senate known as Nancy Pelosi. Yes. Just happened to run into somebody that she knows on the sidewalk. Yes, that gave her this brilliant investment idea where she immediately ran home, called the broker and said, Give me 10,000 shares, regardless of the cost. Now, these divine appointments of those in the family that say, No, we don't know what you're talking about. Yes, we have no knowledge. We're just having a vision of what the Lord wants us to do. Yeah. Technology's been playing a game called Crossing Paths. Yes, it is. Technology's been playing a game called I Do Not Know. Yes. Technology's been playing this game of the divine appointment. Yes. Where the Lord organized what happened. Yes. I had no knowledge that you were going to be at this place at this time. Yes. So as to facilitate this insider trading. Yeah. Where I, as a Christian, yes, I have no knowledge where you're going to be at. I can't be on you. No. I cannot read anything. No. So I don't have any divine appointments. Yes. Unless God organized something. Yes. Now, I just wanted you to understand. Yes. You've been playing a game called I Don't Know. I don't know where you're going to be at. Yes. I don't know what you're going to say. Ouch! I don't know. Well, technology would say that you do know. You do know where they're going to be at. You can be on them. Yes. You can know what they're thinking. And you can make your investment decisions based upon the insider information of corporate officers. Now, for all of those in the Congress, yeah, why don't you get me your investments? And for the financial advisors that advise those that get elected to office, why don't you get me the intellectual property that you had? Yes, where you could recommend an investment based upon your own individual research, yes, or your corporate research of the brokerage that you're employed at. Now, my thought is, yes, For all of you that said, "Oh, I see, I see, I see." Yes. Any investment that you made that was based, how are you today? You know, we just can't afford to play I don't know. It is not a divine appointment when you can be on each other. Yes. And crossing paths as if you had no idea they were going to be there. Yes. It's not a vision that the Lord gave you. Do you understand? It's the use of technology. Now, I like to speak to my sons today, and I like to have the enforcement of international covenants. Yes. I like to talk to Marilyn. And I don't want to cross paths. I don't want to accidentally see her. I want her purposely to visit with me today because she intends, yes, to talk to me about what we're going to do as parents.